Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Feel Good Fridays. Coming live straight at you from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, it's your hosts, Paulie and Bags.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Feel Good Fridays. I'm Paulie.
And I'm Bags.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about goal setting.
Before we get to that, Paulie, if people haven't noticed, it's a little special Football Friday edition of our, here we go. But a little special football edition for the final week of the NFL season.
That's right. And just to take a moment, thoughts and prayers go out to DeMar and his entire family.
Yeah, hopefully, speedy recovery to him, and we'll keep him in our thoughts and prayers as there's more developments that come his way. So.
Yeah, for sure. However, today we're going to talk a little bit about goal setting, Bags. So tell us a little bit why that's important, especially this time of year.
Yeah, Paulie, it's that time of year where we're all trying to lose a few extra around the waistline.
For sure.
Ooh, yes, sir. The cookies were tasty. The beverages were extra tasty, and a lot of people, as we know, go to the gym this time of year. But we're not going to talk about losing weight or gaining muscle. This time, we're actually going to talk about goal setting as a team and personally, right? So when it comes to goal setting, Paulie, as a team and personally, why do we need to do that, right? It's going to help not only yourself but your team, provide them a direction as you wake up every single day and give you a sense of accomplishment, right? Provide you where you're trying to go instead of just saying, let's see where today takes us, Paulie. So that's why it's really important to have a goal not only for yourself, but from there with your team. So, Paulie, how are we going to get that done? I mean, how are we going to set goals not only for ourselves, but for our teams?
Yeah, no, I think setting goals for your team is extremely important. That way, everyone knows what the ultimate goal is. I think setting individual goals as well will help you get your team to achieve the ultimate goal. And then how do we do that, right? So I think each individual's goal are stepping stones to achieve their goal. So what do I mean by that? I mean, first of the year, we want to lose some weight. Hey, I say I want to lose 20 pounds, but just by saying it doesn't mean I'm actually going to. So what's involved? What do I need to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis in order to achieve that goal? So I think setting individual goals and reviewing that and creating an actions to get the individuals to that goal will ultimately get your team to that goal.
Nice. You're spot on. You got to have that plan of action. You got to have the necessary steps to get there. So that's great stuff. But here's a trap, team. There's a trap you all got to be aware of when you set goals. There's nothing worse when it comes to setting goals than just throwing a number out there, right? They always say you got to walk before you can crawl, and then crawl before you can walk, and then run. However that saying goes, but you get what I'm saying. But setting unrealistic goals is going to potentially set yourself up for failure, right? So if you're in sales and your best year ever was $1 million, you say, well, this year I'm going to sell 10 million. Why don't you make it 2, right? And then once you get to 2, you can go to 3, and from so on and so forth. So nothing worse than making these goals so unrealistic that you're already defeated maybe a few weeks into to your goal, that you just kind of give up on it all and just go willy-nilly. And that's the last thing you want to do when it comes to goal setting.
Yeah, I think you're spot on with setting unrealistic goals and how deflating that can be, especially early on. So I think on the flip side of that, I think you got to be careful not to set a goal that's too easy, right? There's a wise man that once told me, I'd rather you aim high and miss than aim low and hit. So I think it's important to keep that in mind too.
Yeah, no, you definitely got to stretch yourself a little bit. And the last thing I would say, Paulie, that's important when you're doing the goal setting is you got to follow up, right? You got to follow up and reevaluate and make sure, one, am I trending towards where I want to go? Is my team trending to where we want to go? And if not, what do we got to change, right? What can we start, and continue to do to make sure we're going to get to where we ultimately want to go, right? So that follow-up and that reevaluation is key, and not just throwing it up on a board and just say chase it, right? You got to continue to be a leader and make those necessary adjustments so you're going to get to that final ending place, and you're going to feel pretty damn good about yourself once you get there.
Yeah, and I think collaboration is key with that, partnering with the individuals that are a part of the team to make sure that we're all on the same page.
Spot on, man. Well, Paulie, before we get into what's going to happen next week, since this is the last week and my Steelers are playing for a little playoffs, we'll see how that goes.
Not a chance.
But it's prediction time, Paulie. What's your thoughts? Who's going to win and what's the score going to be, bud?
I'm thinking 24-13 Browns.
Oh, he's gonna be disappointed. And I'll throw it out there because I know both teams' offenses aren't the sharpest out there these days. But we're gonna throw out there for the Pitt Panthers fan club out there, 13-9 Steelers. Sunday, mark it down, put it in the books.
Not a chance. Anyways, if you missed any of our previous episodes, you can catch those on our YouTube channel. Be sure to like and subscribe to show your support, and we truly appreciate that. However, next week we're going to talk about personal development. I know we're supposed to get into it this week, but I think that's an important topic for its own episode. So.
Yeah, I agree with Paul. There's a lot of good things we can get into about how you can develop yourself personally.
Absolutely.
Each week and each day. So,
well, with that, we'll see you next week, and take care.
And brush your hair.
Thank you for tuning in to Feel Good Fridays. If you want to stay up to date with our podcast releases and upcoming material, please like and subscribe our YouTube channel. I'll wait. You didn't do it yet. Go ahead. I'm still waiting. Did you do it? Definitely check us out on our TikTok for special announcements and possible giveaways. Both can be found by searching at Feel Good Fridays Podcast. Thank you, and make it a great day.